hello, everybody. Once again, bringing to you Think Like a Pro weekly Wednesday or weekly Thursday in the Philippines, weekly Wednesday in the US. Today's May 11th in the US and it's May 12th in the Philippines. This is a training call that is brought to you by 7 Crossline Elite Leaders. Greg Dicker, Pro 9, Sunny Belanje, Pro 8, Vandy Flake, Pro 8, Kai Hayes, Pro 8, and Pro 7's Debbie Crowell, Dr. Jean Delucia, and Joe Elizalde. You know, working together, of course, to help all Crossline team to strengthen, to grow, and build your Life Vantage business. So thank you. Thank you all for allowing yourself to be led and mentored by us because we care. We care about you guys. And if you are a new distributor who are here tonight, or you've been in Life Vantage for years, it does not matter. Because what matters is your decision and commitment. Again, decision and commitment to adopt the right principles and behaviors in building your team and choosing to thrive, not to survive, but choosing to thrive and reach the elite rank yourself. This is a simple business concept, but if you're not coachable, forget it. I'm just being honest. You can't do this alone, and you can't reinvent the wheel, continue to reinvent the wheel and build a successful team. You have got to follow our success track. Follow the leaders who have paved the road for you, and that's simple. That's simple. So make sure that you take good notes today. For each week, we bring you great leaders to share their knowledge, okay? So a little bit of housekeeping, make sure you mute yourselves. You will have the ability to unmute yourself later when we ask you some questions. This is a 30-minute training call, 20 minutes for our speaker, of course. So moving on, it's an honor to introduce to you our special guest trainer today, direct from the Philippines market, who is holding the rank of Pro 5 right now, but I don't think that's not going to, I don't think it's going to last for a long time because she has this burning desire to achieve the elite status very, very soon. I have no doubt she's going to make it happen, you guys. She is a mother of 4 children, a grandmother to 6 children, and going 7. I'm jealous now. A wellness advocate, certified John Maxwell speaker, trainer, and coach, a professional network builder, and a true believer and follower of Christ. Personally, you guys, I admire this amazing human being because of her humility and service to others. And she recently lost, actually, the love of her life. And my very, very good friend, Roger Salindong, Dr. Roger Salindong, who actually works in tandem with her for about, for the whole network marketing, gig that they had built, the legacy that they have built throughout the years that they've been working together. But unfortunately, she lost her 6 months ago. And yet, guys, she's here standing strong and committed to continue building her dreams. Quiet and introvert, Madel managed to build a diamond rank in her previous company. Together, she will run it, and nothing can stop this human being. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our very own Madelon Salindong. Basically, to share us her wisdom, what is the key basic principles and behaviors that you can share with us tonight, Madel, that you put in action and committed in doing to help you achieve that leadership rank in the network marketing space, and now became a Pro 5 in Life Vantage and working your way up to an elite rank. Could you please help our team, give them the best of the best training tonight so that they can enlighten themselves and adapt to these principles and behaviors? Thank you very much, Madel.
So good morning to all of you here in the Philippines. Are you hearing me, Kai? Still? Don't? All right. Good morning here in the Philippines and good evening to you there in the US. I am Madelon Salindong and I am a good friend of Kai. Yeah. All right. She asked me to share with you the basic principles and behaviors I practice when I build my network marketing business. For a background, I've been in this industry for quite some time. It's 20 plus years doing this business. Still part-time, but right now I'm finally deciding to do it full-time, because when my husband was still here, I am helping him in his clinic. I am the admin and the finance director of his clinic. But right now, he's gone for almost 6 months. Well, I'm still grieving, but I need to press forward. All right. So, just a backgrounder, I started here in network marketing without skills. And that's what I want to share with you, the skill sets that you need to learn and the basic principles and behaviors attached to the skills that you need to develop as you do the business. So 20 plus years ago, I was invited by a friend, a colleague in a direct selling company. I was selling encyclopedia then. So it was really hard for me because I don't have those technical skill sets to begin with. I just forced myself to do direct selling because my children were growing up and expenses are growing up as well. And I decided to help my husband because when I have my 4 children, I quit my job in the bank and concentrated on taking care of my children as a stay-home mom. Then years later, as they were growing up, I see that there is a need to help my husband. So what I want to do is something that I can do part-time because I still want to look over my children. So I went to direct selling, but for me, direct selling is too hard because I'm a very introverted person. I don't talk. I don't even present. I don't have a lot of contacts. When you are an introvert, I only have one best friend in high school and one best friend in college. So I don't have what we call here in the Philippines barkada. I don't have barkada. So Kai is an exact opposite of myself because she has a lot of friends. So I don't have a lot of friends. So when I was invited, I was actually, I would say, kidnapped to attend a presentation about network marketing. And I got angry actually to the friend who invited me because when I heard about the presentation, there was so much circles drawn on the board, and that it was too overwhelming for me because I told her, how can I invite people? Where will I get those people? In fact, in selling encyclopedia, it's too hard for me. I don't have clients to talk to. I don't have a lot of clients. It's really hard. It took me, but fast forward, I joined that company. That was my first company. It was Shakri Philippines. Unfortunately, the company closed here. It's also a US-based company. And cut the story short, I had 3,000 people in my team there. And it was my first time to do network marketing. So I don't have skill sets. I did a lot of wrong things, but then I continued. So when you first met me then 20 years back, I'm not a good material. I'm not a good prospect for this kind of industry because as I've said, I don't have skill sets. But over time, as you are committed to do the business and willing to learn, and these are the qualities that right now I'm looking for to talk to while I do prospecting. The people who are hungry, committed, coachable, and consistent. So those are the things that I'm looking for. If you don't qualify for that, those qualities, I don't talk to you. Yeah, because here in network marketing, as I learned so much over the course of 20 plus years, I've learned that we should invest our time and effort wisely, because the money component, the investment is really too small to begin a business. Like here in the Philippines, the highest package is the highest enrollment pack is the platinum pack, which is 60,300 pesos. That's about more than $1,000 there in the US. So for a global business open in 20 plus countries, and that you can create a 6-figure, 7-figure, or even 8-figure income in pesos, is a small startup investment for me. Yeah. Although here in the Philippines, the income here is so small compared there in the US. But then, we can still do this. Actually, I joined another network marketing company in the past. It's a Singaporean company wherein our product costs per bottle is about $400, and it's good for 1 month. That's $400, and people are buying, and we are selling one set, which is 135,000 pesos, and people are buying. So I was just wondering, where are the money coming from? So meaning you can still build the business here even if we have that price. But here in Life Vantage, we have a very reasonable priced products. So it's not impossible to build the business so well here in the Philippines. In fact, in just 4 months, we had Pro 8 here in the Philippines. I am so proud because I'm a Filipino, although he is a cross-line. I actually interviewed him yesterday. I was there in the office, at our corporate office. He is a very humble person, and he ranked up to Pro 8 in just 4 months. And there's another Pro 8 from Davao, and there are several Pro 7 and Pro 5s and Pro 3s here in the Philippines. So I'm so proud being a Filipino, because Filipinos are hardworking. Am I right? We are very hardworking. So, the technical skills that we need to learn here in doing network marketing is, of course, the basic ones: prospecting, inviting, presenting, follow up, closing, and launching the business of your new distributors, and of course promoting events. So those are the basic skill sets, and I don't have those skill sets to begin with, but fast forward, I'm able to develop those skills. So those are the basic. With regards prospecting, before I am like convincing people. Right now, I don't use the word convincing because I don't convince people. Network marketing is not about convincing. It is about sorting and sifting. Just sort people who are interested. I look for convinced people. So I'm looking for lookers. If they are not looking for something, for like improving their health or improving their finances, I don't talk to them. It's a waste of time for me. So I work very hard, but I work very smart. I really work very smart. I don't invest my time. I don't waste my time. So because time is really of the essence when you do network marketing. And when you invest so much time to the wrong people, you cannot accomplish anything. So yesterday, when we were having our presentations in the office, and I did some training for my team, I shared with them that there is someone who said that Oh, I'm having a hard time because you know what? The people I'm talking to are the people who don't have money, who cannot afford to buy uh, Hotandim. So I've said that, why will you talk to those kind of people who cannot even afford to buy? If you want to help them, yeah, that's a good motive to help people who are less fortunate. But you have to take care of yourself first. You have to reach a rank. You have to be a pro 8, pro 9, pro 10 and give products for free, to give it away to those people who cannot even afford to buy. But to start with, you don't talk to those kind of people. It's a waste of time for me. Yeah, I'm. Don't get me wrong. I'm a person who has a very compassionate heart. I really help people, and the one reason that I big build is because I'm very compassionate and I really help people. And that is one of my strength, and that is also one of my weakness, because I tend to help so much, and some people manipulated me for some reason. So always, so I've learned a lot from that. That you help people in the right time and in the right place, in the right reasons. So yeah, so that's prospecting for me. I don't convince people. I look for lookers. I qualify people, even if I do presentations like one-on-one. If one of my leaders or one of my teammates asks me to help them to do a presentations for them, I don't do presentations right away. I qualify the person. I ask the person who invited the one I am presenting, his or her background. And then as I start talking to that prospect, I ask questions. I qualify that person if it's worth my time. You know, you have to have some posturing to build this kind of business, because before I always try to convince people that I feel like I'm asking favor from people when I share the products or opportunity to them. But it's quite the reverse right now. As I'm doing it, it's quite the reverse, because I'm not asking favor. I'm actually giving favor to all the people I'm talking with, because of all the people I am talking, he's the one I'm talking right now, and I'm giving him or her my time. And there's so much people to talk to about the company or the opportunity. So I'm I'm actually giving the favor to that person, sharing the products of Protandim, of what can the products do to their health that can massively improve their health. So it's actually a favor. It's about posturing. So it's not being arrogant. It's a posturing per se, that you have to have that kind of mindset to begin with, because mindset is everything here. So even in inviting, so I'm not really good in inviting, but I also improve my inviting skills. When I invite people, I always ask for a commitment, and I follow up days before, and even the day before and the day itself. I follow up the people I invited so that they are committed to attend the presentation. So when you invite, you don't present, because you just stimulate their interest to attend the presentation. That's the goal of the invitation. And the presenting, of course, if you're new, you don't need to present, because there are available tools and presentations. Even in the corporate side here in the Philippines, there's so much schedules from the corporate giving us so much training. And last night, Mersha did a business presentation. So that's open for everyone, and we can make use of all those tools Then, of course, the follow-up is one of the basic things that we need to know, because the money is in the follow-up. No one signs up right away. Takes about minimum 5 to 12 to 15 follow-ups because before you can sign up a person. Yeah, and then of course closing. Well, with closing, I always use the assumptive close. I assume the person is signing up. So I ask them what credit card or debit card to use. Are they paying in cash? Because here in the Philippines, we are able to pay in cash over the counter. And there are a lot of people who don't even have a debit card or credit card. So I accommodate them. I receive their cash, and then I use my debit card or even my credit card to enroll them. So we have additional admin work here in the Philippines. So yeah, and of course, it's very, very important to help the person launch his LifeVantage business. I'm currently right now developing the modules. I want to have my own module to help launch the business, because Filipinos, they want to be spoon-fed with all the information they need to know and the steps they need to take. So I'm developing one right now for my team, and I'm generous enough to share it with others as well. In fact, there are some people cross lines that are attending my presentations in the office, and some people are asking for my PowerPoint, and even cross line. So I give them away because I just help people. That's my personality. And those are the technical skills that we need to know. There are like 4 skills that we need to develop ourselves in order to build the business. So we are not actually building the business here in LifeVantage. We are building people. When you build people, you are building the business. So don't focus on just building the business, you build people. And that's the second skill that we need to learn. And that is people skills. So with 3,000 people that I have in my first company, network marketing company that I joined, it grew up to like in 10 years after, that was my breakthrough. I did not have a breakthrough for several years. I did all the wrong things. So I don't really earn that much. It's actually sometimes negative. So because for me, I learned that doing network marketing business is doing the right things the first time. So there are many loopholes when you do the network marketing. So a lot of people are not succeeding. They're not earning. Majority actually of the people are not really earning. So they don't believe that it's not possible to earn a passive income, which I am a testimonial to creating passive income. 10 years after when I started, 10 years after, I had some breakthroughs. So I was able to create teams like 20,000 people in my team, 30,000 people in my team. And one of my secret is to just help people sincerely. Even cross lines, down lines, even up lines. I have some uplines who are not capable to help me, and I even help them build their own business. So that's me. I just help people whatever I can, wherever I can, in the humble way I can. So I just help, and what I develop, I share generously to other people, and that's my secret of growing big. My expertise is growing a team. I start quite slow at the beginning because I'm building the foundation. Yeah. And for me, before I can start anything, I need to establish my why. Why am I doing something? Because if I cannot answer that, I cannot do it. I will not be efficient. So I need to establish why. The first time Kai reconnected with me because 2016, we're supposed to help Life Vantage Philippines to open here in the Philippines. But then there were some challenges and problems. They were not able to open. So years after, like last year, Kai, well, we've been connected ever since, but Kai informed us, I believe it was July of last year. July of last year, she told us that finally Life Vantage Philippines is opening here. And she asked me and Roger if we will still consider Life Vantage. I even told my husband, don't say yes to Kai. Don't say yes to Kai yet. I'm concentrating on what I was currently doing at that time. We were connected in another network marketing company at that time. But my husband is always says yes. I don't say yes often because I need to establish why will I say yes to you. So I'm kind of hard to recruit, because I cannot do something efficiently and excellently when I don't know why will I do it. So I need to establish why will I do it so that I can be committed to doing it. So it took me some time to establish my why here in Life Vantage because the products that I have in the other company, I really love it, and I'm an advocate for that product. So I really need to look at Protandim and what it can do. So I looked deeper into Protandim, NRF2, NRF1, and the NAD. And finally, I was convinced myself to promote the products. And then I look at the business and the comp plan. So I always look at the comp plan. With the products, if we like it, we can consume it. We can be a customer or a distributor just to consume the products. But with the business, I don't do the business if I don't like the compensation plan or the company, the culture of the company. Just like the other company I'm with, the Singaporean company, I have like more than 30,000 people there currently up until now. And I have so much leaders there hitting the highest rank. They are even earning much more than me right now currently. But you know what? Money is not everything. For me, money is not everything. Yeah, I need money. When my husband passed away, we had COVID. All of us, 9 in the family, in the household, 9 of us had COVID. And me and Roger, my husband, developed pneumonia. And we were in the hospital. We were confined in the hospital. I was in the hospital for almost 1 week. And praise God, I recovered. Unfortunately, my husband's pneumonia progressed, and then that led to organ failure, and he passed away last October. So when the company launched here, November, I think that was November 13th. I signed up. I remember I signed up November 18th. So I was really heavily grieving at that time. I'm not mentally and emotionally ready. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm crying. I'm still grieving, you know. I'm really still
It's okay,
grieving.
Matt. It's okay. Go ahead.
But I'm pressing forward, you know. I'm really pressing forward because life must go on, you know. It's actually too hard for me. It was really heartbreaking. I've been with my husband for 39 years, doing the business every day in, day out, morning till evening. I'm with him. And then he's gone. All of a sudden, I'm not ready. I was not ready. But then, yeah, I have to thank Kai. I want to take this opportunity to thank Kai because she was here for like 5 months or 6 months here, Kai.
Yeah.
And
How
I'm not ready to do any presentations at all. They were asking me to do presentations, but I cannot. I cannot mentally. Yes, I can do it. I do a lot of presentations in the past, but I cannot do it mentally and emotionally because I'm really heavily grieving. So I think Kai was here and she really supported my team. The reason I became Pro 5 is because majority of that help and support came from Kai. And I thank God I have an angel, Kai and Greg, actually. I thank you, Kai and Greg, from the bottom of my heart. So, yeah, sorry for that. So, pressing forward is really very important. Even though you have setbacks, you have a lot of struggles and pains, you really need to have that courage to move forward. So the next skill that we need to learn is the people skills. I'm very good. I have a lot of people skills to begin with. I don't have technical skills, but I have a lot of people skills. One of my expertise is listening. And that helped me a lot to do this business because I'm an introvert. So I don't talk a lot. I just talk when I need to present and I need to engage to people and I need to socialize and collaborate when there's a need to. But when when I don't need to do that, I keep quiet. When I do presentation and I attend events, and I'm overwhelmed when I get home, I have my quiet time to recharge. That's me. So listening, it helped me a lot because you cannot close a person when you are closing the person you presented and you close the person. You want to close that person to join you as a customer or distributor if you don't listen. So you will not know their need, the other person's need. You don't know their need. You don't know their hot button. I always find the hot button of the person I'm talking with. That's why I always do one-on-one presentation or a small presentation because that's very effective rather than making a big presentation. I just do big presentations when I have many people asking me to do presentations for them. But to begin, I always do one-on-one or a small group presentations because I can cater to their needs. So based on their personality. So I listen. I empathically listen. I identify their needs, and based on their needs, I will close. That's the only way I can close. And, but if you just present and you talk, you cannot. It's too hard to close. That is not working. So for me, for my team, I have a lot of people who are loyal to me because they know that I am sincerely concerned about them uh, even outside of Life Vantage business, even outside, I'm concerned with them. So I help them. I listen. I don't judge them. I give them dignity. I'm a person, I believe leadership is all about influence. You don't force people. You just model and then influence them to follow you. That's who I am. I don't give instructions that they need to do this, to do this. No, I just give them inputs, trainings, and it's all up to them if they will absorb or do whatever I teach them. But it's all up to them. For me, Kai, I always listen to her because I'm also coachable. That's one of my skills also, being coachable. I don't tell Kai, oh Kai, I'm a blue diamond in my previous company, or I'm a diamond in the other. I don't do that because my past success doesn't guarantee my success that I am right now in Life Vantage. I need to listen to Kai and be coachable. I empty myself. I always empty myself, and there's always a learning curve when you start a new opportunity in network marketing because you don't understand yet everything. So, yeah, that's why it really pays to be coachable. And those are the people I'm looking for, those people who are coachable, because you cannot teach a person who is not coachable. So I model, I lead the team. I model it. I do it first and then tell them I only teach what I'm doing. So I model it first and then teach them to follow me so that I influence them. So, and of course, generosity and kindness is always a good people's skill, because this is not just earning money. This is not just producing PVs. This is not just ranking up to elite ranks. No, it's not all about that. We need to do that. I need a lot of people. You know what? When my husband was in the hospital, I was paying like 400,000 pesos per day. How much is that in dollars? 400,000 pesos per day. And if I was not able to pay it, they will to the following day it will be 800,000 pesos. So you know that started October 13 up to October 28. I'm paying that much amount of money. So right now I don't have a lot of money. That's why I need to rank up and produce that income that I need. So much financial obligations that I have, and I am finishing a lot of financial obligations and credit card debts. You know, I still have some credit card debts to finish. So I'm positive that I will be reaching the rank of, I promise Kai. Well, it's not to please Kai. It's not to please Kai because that's my goal.
I know.
Ranking up to Pro 8 in the nearest time that I can do. So, and of course, I want Kai to be proud of me. Yeah. Yeah.
We all are.
Yeah. I'm actually also wanted to prepare my retirement. I'm giving myself 5 more years to work very hard because I'm already in my 60s. I'm going 62 on June 9. You're here already on June 9. So anyways, so those are the people skills that we need to learn. Listening is very, very important. You need to learn. When you listen attentively. You don't touch your cell phone. You listen, you focus to the other person. You don't speak a lot. You don't respond yet. You engage with your with your body language, and you ask questions after the person talk. I don't talk when the other person is talking. I listen. I let the other person finish, so so that I will understand where the person is coming from. That is also empathy. That is also empathy. That's putting your shoes on the other person. You know what? If you don't want to always get angry, I'm sorry with my grandkids are here. So when you don't want to be angry, always practice empathy. When you are angry with one person, you practice empathy. You understand where that person is coming from. And when you understood where the person is coming from, you will not be angry anymore. Okay? So that's my tip. I don't always become angry. I'm very smart, right? Even with my emotions, I'm very smart dealing with my emotions because I choose my battles. And it's not always getting things right or be right always. It's for me, it's more important to be peaceful than being right. There are small battles that you don't need to fight with. So, all right, those are the things. Kindness, sincerity. You cannot fake sincerity. When you are sincere to help people, people really feel that. And the highest form of vibration, because we are all energy, we are always vibrating. The lowest energy wavelength is anger, hatred, jealousy. I don't invest on those. I invest on those higher wavelength like love, generosity, kindness. So kindness, I always practice kindness. And it's one of the highest energy level, the vibration. When you have that, because when you are presenting, you need to have those vibration up, your energy level up, so that you can influence and inspire people. I don't really motivate people, I inspire people, because motivation is just from the outside. If you are inspired, it is from within, and you are motivated from within, not from the outside. So the outside motivation is just temporary. That's why I always establish my why, because that's my motivation, and no one can. I have that. That's the third skill, the personal skills. We have the technical skills, the people skills, and now to level up to become a leader, you need to have personal skills. And what are those? Personal skills are like grit. If you heard about the word grit, it was coined, I think, 2013 by Angela Duckworth. So grit means you are resilient. You have the courage to face all the disasters in your life, the setbacks, and you get back up. So if you fail, you get back up. If you failed again, you get back up. And when you establish your why, you have that grit because you can get back up. I always get back up. You know what? The most successful people are the people who encountered so much failures, but they overcame those failures. So if you're not haven't experienced failures yet, you're not successful yet. So that's why I have a lot of mentors that I'm following, not necessarily physical mentors. I always look for mentors who I can emulate, who can I follow. So the qualities, the characters that they have, I absorb it. So, and I'm a product of so many mentors, And grit is something, it's mental toughness. For me, I believe I have mental toughness. Even though I am grieving, I can still press forward. And since Kai left, I need to stand on my own. Yeah, that helped me a lot also when you left, because I need to stand on my own. I cannot rely on anyone else but on myself, because I know I have those skills, but I need to stand up and And just while I'm still grieving, because you always need to always acknowledge what you're feeling, because it's also not good to not acknowledge what you're, if you're sad, if you're grieving, if you're angry, you have to acknowledge that fact that you have that emotion, but you need to press forward and don't wallow on those things, because it will pull you down. So I don't want those things to pull me down. That's why when Kai left, I finished my slides. Actually, when you Kai are presenting, I am developing all my PowerPoints, my slides. It took me time to finish all my slides, because those slides that I use are product of my mind and my heart. And I also have that, thank God, God gave me some talent for creativity. So that's why I make good posters and good slides. So yeah, very, very important is the grit, and that sets apart a good leader, when you have that grit, when you have that resilience. Because network marketing is an up and down experience. Sometimes you want to quit, sometimes you are up, you're pumped up, but sometimes you don't want to engage. And I always experience that. I'd like to share with you my experience in the other company. I almost quit. I have all the reasons to quit. They don't have products for 3 months. They don't have that support. But finally, I said to myself, okay, before I quit, I want to do the best I can. All the effort that I need to do, I will do it excellently, 1000%. And you know what's the result of that? I became diamond in that company. So I wasn't able to quit. I became the first and the only diamond still in that company until now. So anyways, those are the things. And of course,
Okay.
the last skill that I need to share with you is the spiritual skill. It's not just about the belief in God. It's the self-awareness, the high self-awareness, because we cannot change anything if you are not aware of that. You can only change yourself, because you cannot change anyone. And you are the only person you can change yourself. And the starting point is the awareness that you need to change, that there are things that you need to change in yourself. And it takes humility to do that, because naturally people are self-righteous. When we receive criticism, we don't feel good about that. For me, when I hear and receive criticism, yeah, it's kind of hurting, but I process it. And my level of self-awareness is very high. That's why I have the ability to improve myself. And I compete with myself. I don't compete with others. As a leader, you need to be an authentic person, an authentic leader. God gave us the seed. All of us has the seed of greatness inside of us when we were born. So it's our duty to hone that greatness and make it big, so that we can contribute to the society, to the people whom we love, so that we can please God. For me, eternity is very important. While I need to create my retirement fund to earn, to address all my financial obligations, but I also take care of my eternity. For me, I I just want to give you this question, but it's all up to you to answer. When you pass away or you're gone from this earth, where will you go? So that's for you to answer. We have
Wow.
our own beliefs. I don't want to sound preachy, but that's very, very important to me. That's why when you have the spiritual skill, the high self awareness, that you have a belief in something higher than you, that you believe in a source of yourself, uh, you have this, you can set your own core values. I am operating on my core values. When I do anything, and even in here in network marketing, I have to submit to all my core values that I set for myself. If something is not congruent with my core values, I cannot do it anymore. I am not efficient anymore. So I cannot. So when you have those core values, you will not have the tendency to manipulate people, because when you rank up, you need volumes, you know, and you ask people their volumes. I don't ask people, my leaders, to produce volume. I just ask them what their goals, their dreams, their projections, and I want to help them achieve their goals. That's what I do with them. I don't ask for volume. I make the volumes myself. I make things happen. When there are volumes need to produce, I'm making it from my end. But then also, I'm following up. Following up is very, very effective. You follow up your distributors to buy reorder products, follow up to create their subscriptions, follow them up. If they are not active, you say hello to them and follow them up to buy products, and then follow them up if it's their time to right now it's their time to build the business. So those are the skill sets that I need to I wanted to share with you. The technical skills, those are the basic ones. But even if you don't you have great technical skills, but you don't have the personal skills, the people skills, and the spiritual skills, you won't hit the Pro 9 and Pro 10.
Right.
Yeah. So thank you, Kai.
Very.
I'm
Wow,
done.
Madel. Wow. Wow. I'm speechless. Everybody's speechless. Even my elite colleagues here are kind of like, we're texting back and forth. You are dropping a lot of gems to us tonight, and just raw and real, you guys. And we love you, Madel, and thank you for for sharing those great wisdom that I believe that I've never heard for such a long time from some of our elite leaders. But I'd like to take this on to Bandy to give you her comments for what you just trained with us today, and also announcements. And Debbie, of course, I know you've got something to say about that. Thank you so much. Take it away, Bandy. My goodness. Madel, you are a gem, solidly. I love you, and I know you're going to get there. I know you are my future Pro 8. We have shared so many things together, and you are really rocking it. I love your humility. I love your servant leadership. I love your heart. And thank you. Thank you once again. Take it away, Bandy.
Hey, everybody. Madel, that was fabulous. I took a ton of notes, and I know everybody else did too. It was just, even on the Facebook, people are loving this. So I hope you guys took notes, because if you follow those steps tonight, you will be an elite leader. And Madel, I can see you on stage already with, your story. So very powerful.
Wow. What nuggets. I'm going to tell you, girl, thank you so very much. I know I took a couple pages of notes. Probably some of my favorites was you're always in a learning curve with network marketing. Absolutely. We've got to learn skills that probably we've never had before. I know I was not a people person, and I was an introvert. So I have had to really work at some of those skills. So thank you for bringing that up. And I think one of the biggest things that you brought up was learn how to listen. I think a lot of times, we ask a question and we can't stand that little bit of silence, even if it's 2 seconds. But guess what? When you ask a question to somebody, they're actually thinking about what they're going to say. And I'm a great listener. So I thought that was a tremendous tip for new people, because if you can't stand that time where someone's thinking, and it might even be only 30 seconds and you think it's 30 minutes, I think that was a huge tip for people. We've got to learn where their pain is, what they need, not what we want to tell them. We need to learn what they need. And I think I'll end with if you're not failing, then you're not doing anything. You cannot get to the successes if you don't have failure. And that's huge. And I know when we come into network marketing, we don't believe that. We just think we're just going to go, I was just going to go in there and bust it. Well, guess what? You've got to learn the skills so that you have to go through the failures so that you can appreciate the successes. So I thank you so very much for all of your information, and you are a superstar. I know Kai is so excited for you, and thank you for bringing this to us.
Madel, you are a Master Pro 10 protege. See you at the top. You ladies, I hope, and gentlemen, I hope you guys took notes as well. I'm so excited. You inspired us tonight. Thank you so much. Until the next. Ciao.